Oh. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me tonight on Intuitive Readings by Darcy. I had a question from last week that I told Heather, number 2, that I would look at tonight, and she asked, how can you tell when people have had past lives together? Now I work off name and birthday, and just looking at Jason, RJ, Laura, and Heather. Just looking at all your numbers, which I was doing beforehand, you've all been together with each other at least 2 times in past lives. So this would be your 3rd time. Now, I could look into it more, but it would take hours of doing math and stuff for me. And so, Heather, if you watch this tonight, it will be there for you, and you'll be able to look at it and decide where you want to take it from there. But yeah, Jason and Laura, I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, have been together twice. Jason and RJ twice, RJ and Laura twice, Heather and RJ twice, Heather and Jason twice, and Heather and Laura twice. So that means there's been back and forth, and it can be in different relationships, brother, sister, mother, dad, aunt, uncle, friends. So it's not always about what directions that you can go in. And I'm going to just talk a little about letting go of concepts around intuitive ability, because a lot of people may be of the misunderstanding that it's easy being a medium or a psychic. It actually is difficult at times. It's a lot of fun at times, but it's also a little on the difficult side. So what happens is that you can get tired, you can get burnt out, and it is important for people who are intuitive, empaths, psychics, mediums, healers, to make sure that they are looking after themselves as well. Because if they're not looking after themselves, then they're going to get run down, and it's going to be harder for them to be able to carry on with life. And it also makes it harder for us to really look at helping people, because if we're tired, it's sort of like that old adage, physician, heal yourself. Well, the same idea is for intuitive people, is that it's really important that we look after our health, we get our rest, we look after our diet, and if we're feeling a little run down, that we take the time, take a step back. And that's always a hard thing, because when we're taking a step back, we're also concerned, what if we lose customers? What if we lose that connection that drives us and keeps us going? And so I really want to stress that, we're normal in the same aspect that we all need time to ourselves. I really love doing the shows, and I hope that you guys all enjoy them. And I also would like to say, if there's something else you want to talk about, or you want me to talk about, or when I'm on with Sean or Penelope, if you'd like us all to talk about something, it would be helpful maybe if you sent an email or left me a message, an IM message, and I'll take that information just like I did at the beginning of this, and I will try to fill in the blanks. Hi, Faye. How are you? How is the weather in your neck of the woods? And do you have plans for Thanksgiving? So, but Faye, since you're on, I'll pull you a couple of cards. And I'm going to use the deck Penelope gave me for my birthday. The Crow deck, I really haven't used it, so it's sort of hit and miss. The nice part is it's not so shiny that you can't see it. And rain, it's raining. It's not raining here yet. So it might, because we had the red sky this morning. So it could rain later on tonight or even tomorrow morning. Hello, Heather. Heather, at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you got it, but I answered your question about past lives with people. And I don't know if I answered it quite the way you were asking it, but we are always connected to the people that come around us and our family in particular. And what I looked at, the names you gave me at the beginning, and each of you have been in each other's lives at least 2 times. So I answered that. If you have more questions about it. Oh, Faye, I wish that my daughter liked turkey, because we'd have it, like, literally, I'd cook a bird every day. I love turkey, but she hates it. She's gagging in the background as we talk about it. I think turkey should be every day of the year. But I also think that it's nice to celebrate what we have all been through, and to celebrate those we love. And for those who have passed over, because to me, that's what Thanksgiving's about. It's about remembering everyone, not just the live people, but the dead people as well. Okay, Faye, so starting with you. I have pulled the 8 of coins, and the 8 of coins is craftsmanship. I know you say you're not doing your crafts anymore, but this is about craftsmanship. So we could look at it in 2 ways, Faye. This could be the natural energy that you have, and we do know you're intuitive in a different way. But I also feel like it's about taking time and doing something that you enjoy, that you put love and energy into. So I am going to say take some time, maybe relook at doing some crafts and fish. So as much as you may have had your turkey, I am going to suggest some omega-3 oils for you, Faye. I like this card. It's the Knight of Cups. And like I said, I've never really used these since Penelope gave them to me. But it's like a painted horse. And so I'm going to think that you're very close to indigenous land. And maybe you should take your drum out, Faye, and you should start drumming. Okay, Heather, and for you. Okay, November seems to be significant here. And as I've stated before, death in the tarot card is not death like you see on TV. That's sort of like a little hype that television has done to really dramatize not only being a psychic and medium, but the card itself. So this one is death. And you can see the bird coming up from the carcass and the poppies in the side. And with this, Heather, it makes me think that rising from the ashes, it's coming above difficulties, not allowing things to pull you down, and to spread your wings. And it also feels like for me, oh, okay, so both Faye and Heather have lost sons. So I'm going to address this to both of you. It's almost like I want to say, know that their wings surround you. Okay, that they are always around you and they're just like a step away. So if you stand still long enough and you whisper their name, I am pretty sure you can hear from them. And that goes for both Faye and Heather. Hello, Jeanette. I have picked the Ace of Pentacles, and this is New Starts, New Beginnings. It's both November and April for you. So there's 2 things happening, one in November and one in April. And this is also about making money, Jeanette. It's about putting money aside, but it's also being comfortable where you live. The daffodils make me think, okay, so poppies, let me do it this way. Poppies indicate normally someone around you who could have a little bit of an addiction problem, but I believe they can come above it. And the daffodils talk to me of someone who may have already experienced cancer, and they're coming above it as well. And I feel as though, I'm not sure if Lori is connected to you or not, Jeanette, but there is a connection there. And it feels like it. And I would say family or a friend, could be an acquaintance, and it's someone you're going to be hearing from. And I am going to say maybe a little patience goes a long way here. All right. So I'm just putting that out. But what it also feels like is someone who's swimming and can't get above the water. So maybe they have an emotional issue, but normally if water covers us, it also means that we're opening up intuitive ability and something new is coming towards us. So there could be a few things going on for you both in November and April, Jeanette. Hello, Kristen. How are you? Glad to see you. Ooh. Okay. I picked the Three of Cups for you, Kristen. And this is like a celebration because they're drinking out of their cups. And there's the laurel wreath up, or the crown, Julius Caesar's crown. Okay, so this could be sitting in a position of being comfortable, of finding, divine intervention. So you've got someone on the other side. Margaret, Mary, MMM. It's an M sound. Now, what I'll do is there's only a few of you on here right now, so maybe it's connected to one or all of you. So if anyone recognizes Mary, Margaret, Marie, or Martha, and it could be just the M I'm looking for. If you could let me know, that would help me. And because it Mira, okay, can you just, who is that? And are they alive? Because if they're alive, there's a different message. Okay, and while I'm at it, I would like to know whether or not you guys want to continue with the 3 shows a week, if I should narrow it down and do alternate weeks. Is 3 shows a week too much for all of you? And if it is, please let me know, because I don't want to burn you guys out too. I talk about us getting burnt out by just living every day. So if 3 shows a week is too much for you guys to try to keep up to, please let me know. Give me an idea what you like, the way it used to be. So if you could let me know, it would help, because it will help me plan for between now and the end of December. Okay, so it is your grandma and she's passed. All right. Wow, Kristen, she is the person who was talking to me earlier, who was saying that love is literally a breath of air. And it's not always tangible. And sometimes there's no reason behind why we love something or love someone. And that sometimes we just have to go with the flow, because it's a lot easier than fighting it. Hello, Liam. Yes, I can pull a card for you. And Kristen, I would also say, and Margaret is your husband's grandma, and she was, oh, wow. So I would tell you both these ladies are around you and that they are loving you like crazy. Hello, Kathy. I see you. I will pull a card after I've worked my way down the list. Okay, Liam. Struggles and decisions. The 8 of Wands. This is making a decision. Okay, but this decision should come from your heart. This card normally indicates, Liam, that you're going to actually succeed at what you put your mind to, but you actually have to put your mind to it. And down here with the sunflowers right over in this corner, it makes me think that if you look to where you want to go and you plan ahead, and I'm not a big one on planning ahead, because I'm one of those people who get up in the morning and decide what you're going to do, except for the fact you go to work every day. I would say if you plan ahead for your future, Liam, it can be very successful. It's going to be up to you. Hello, Amanda. And I've said hello, Kathy. Hello, Shar. Okay, so Kathy, you are next. I am going to pull a card for you. Oh. Okay, so Kathy, there is some medical things that you're going to have to look at. And it's funny because this is a lover's card, but this is almost as though what you hope is wrong isn't even close to it. Okay, it's pretty actually graphic because they're eating a heart here. And you've got the snake, which indicates medical, but I think you need to look a little beyond like nerve. It's not nerve damage. This is more like an intestinal thing. Like maybe something you're eating isn't agreeing with you and could be causing problems. And it is feasible, Kathy. Food can cause us problems. There are people who can't eat certain things because they do. They end up with IBS. They end up with headaches. They end up with heart murmurs or heart palpitations. So, Kathy, have a look at your diet and see if there's something you're eating, you're ingesting that may be part of the problem. All right. So, Shar, I am going to pull a card for you, the Magician. This card is all about having all the paraphernalia that you need in your life to make your goals successful. And this is all about you using your craft, so your artistic ability, your artistic energy, and doing it as maybe as pleasure. You don't always have to do it for financial reasons, but you never know, Shar. There could be some financial opportunities coming your way from what you do naturally. Liam, you're welcome. Liam, I don't suppose you have a brother, Robert, by any chance? Or anyone on here has a brother by the name of Robert? Rob, Bob, or Robin? Because if you do, I would like, when I say brother, I'm also talking about someone you may treat as your best friend in the world. Okay, so if you do, I'd like to know because I'd like to address them too. Okay. Well, Heather, you have a wonderful Thanksgiving too. And as I said earlier, could you let me know if all of you, if 3 shows a week is too much for you? Because if it is, I can narrow them down a little, do alternate weeks or something like that, because I really don't want to make your energy slow too. Okay. Heather, number 4. Yes, I can pull a card. Okay. Cute. Oh, are you guys nesting? Are you guys looking at having a baby? Because this is nesting. This is the 7 of coins, and this is putting money away and everything, if you can see the money in the tree, but it also looks like a nest. So it could be that, well, if you guys are living together, you're either rearranging your home, you're looking at a new home, you're looking at bringing people into the house, or you're actually looking at going to a new place to live. But this is all about nesting. This is changing the environment that you live in, but making it an environment that really brings you a lot of joy, happiness, and peace. So I would say, as remember, the 2 of you, both Heather and Liam, communication is the key and success to any relationship. And I'm talking friends as well here. So keep the communication open. And I remember, okay, so I haven't been married in years, 31 to be exact. But I remember someone giving me a poster. It was a picture poster that went on the wall. And one of the last things it said was never go to bed angry. And I sort of laughed at it, but you know what? It's true. If there's something bothering you, then talk about it before you go to bed. Okay, get it out. Don't just leave it sitting. And that's good advice for anyone, myself included. All right. Thank you. Okay, so yes, reschedule your appointment, Kathy. I think it is important. You might also want to see if you can talk to, either a naturopath or to someone who, does allergy testing, so you know what's going on with yourself. And I would definitely say reschedule your appointment. Okay, so Brenda, yes, I was asking about Robert. I have a father who passed, who is Robert, and who has passed, who is Robert, and a son who is Robert, and a cousin. So I want the dead guy, Brenda. the other ones, I'm hoping they're all alive. The other two, your son and your cousin. Because what I felt is I'm supposed to say that the message from Robert is courage comes from inside. The knowledge that we are able to be successful because we believe in ourselves is extremely important. And the fact that we're willing to go to bat for our beliefs is also important. And that is the message I got from Robert. Now, that could even be directed at you, Brenda, or it could be directed at the other two Roberts. But um, I would just say, it felt like it was important that he get the message across. So I really wanted to bring it forward. And Heather, I'm so happy that you're moving into a new home in November 16th. What I am going to suggest is that you just go through the house, and I do not see my sage in front of me, but just take a little sage, even if it's a new house. Sage the house, ask for happiness, goodwill, and joy to join you inside this house, because I really feel it's going to be amazing and it's a great choice. All right, Kathy. And I want to know why I keep having dreams about my beloved husband cheating on me. All my entire married 43 years. He passed away almost 4 years ago, unexpectedly. I feel like I'm still in love with a dead man. Am I crazy? Is he trying to tell me something? I'm sorry for your loss, Kathy. And I don't ever believe he cheated on you. So I think it's more the fact that he died and you didn't expect it. And so to deal with his passing, it's easier to believe he cheated on you and left you than it is that he died. They are just dreams. He is not trying to tell you something. This man did not strike me as being someone who would be swayed by a short skirt or a pretty face. I'm not saying he didn't look. I'm saying your husband never cheated on you. This is just your way of dealing with his passing. Okay, so Alana. Okay. About spirit guides. Okay, so that is how it happens. It's like, what? And I'm not really hearing anything. Okay, I would say earlier they said that, okay, I'm going back to patience as a virtue. I'm glad that he's coming out of the hospital, but I am telling him, your fiance, not to go overboard, not to run out and try to win the world. Okay, he's going to need a lot of love, care, and attention. Okay, and if he's supposed to wear or use crutches, I'm going to tell him, I don't care whether he thinks it's lame or not, no pun there, because he is lame. I am telling him to use the crutches. Okay, take his time to heal properly. Now, I don't know if there is a bedroom on the bottom floor of the townhouse you moved into, Alana, but I would suggest you set up a bed downstairs. Hopefully there's a bathroom down there until he's actually capable of going upstairs. And if he does have to go upstairs, my word of advice to him is to sit on his back and pull himself up. Well, that's not the back, but close. But I would tell him to sit on his behind and pull himself up the stairs rather than trying to walk up them. And coming down, well, I would tell him to be extremely careful. Same idea, sit down, not go backwards down the stairs, but he could sit and go down slowly down the stairs. Okay, and Heather says Liam has a brother, Robert, who passed. Okay, so then to Liam. Life isn't perfect. No matter how much we try to put everything into the little pegs, because, square pegs go in square holes, round pegs go in round holes. My impression is Robert was never that type of person. And that, Liam, you can't try to live and be Robert. You need to live life to your destination and not try to live the life that you thought Robert should have had. I do know he is around you, Liam, and that he's very proud of his brother and that he loves him. So I will put that out. Thank you. We have been trying to tell her he wouldn't do that. Now he did pick on her about a woman named Wanda, his ex-girlfriend from high school. Oh, well, yeah, because that he knew got her hot under the collar, Amanda. I mean, all I have to do is think of Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie called Wanda. I mean, I'm sorry, Kathy, your husband did not cheat on you. He did look, but he loved you. And I feel that if he was around now, he'd sort of sweep you off the couch and start dancing with you. And he is contacting you through your dreams. Okay, Kathy. But you got to look beyond what he's showing you. Okay? Because I feel like there's little messages, either if he's dancing with someone, about dancing through life. And I also feel like he's trying to tell you that he is close to you. Okay? So I would tell you that, you know, he's not cheating. He is as much in love with you now as he was the day he met you. And oh my God, he felt like you were going to hit him over the head. Okay. Heather. Heather, honey, would you mind giving me your mom's name, unless it was like a D or an E sound, like Diane, Deanna, Dana, or Elizabeth, Elaine? It just helps a little bit if I have her name when I go looking. Even though, does anyone know the name Susan? Suzanne? Susan. It is Susan. And she can be dead or alive. It's okay. So if anyone recognizes the name, if you could let me name. It is Elaine. Okay. So, well, obviously your mom's around because she was giving me the E sound, but I never even thought of the name Elaine. Okay. What is it she's saying? I sort of feel like, you know the Chipmunk movie, Alvin and the Chipmunks? So did she have 3 children, Heather? And do you guys sing by any chance? Hopefully not like Alvin and the Chipmunk at high tunes. Okay. Christina, I will talk to you in a minute about Susan. Just a minute. She makes me feel like you should be singing, that she can hear you. And it reminds me of, funny, she makes me think of Little House on the Prairie. Okay, so, okay, I'll have to deal with Susan several ways here by looks of it. But Heather, your mom is in, she's not just okay, Heather. Okay, she's sorry she's dead, but she's in fantastic shape. All right, just so you know, she's in fantastic shape, and you had better have a place at the table for her for Thanksgiving and Christmas, because I feel like she liked to decorate, she liked to celebrate, and she liked to party. Okay, so I'll deal with Aunt Susan, who's dead, and Christina and Kathy. Is Susan dead or alive? If you could let me know. Okay, so Faye, I want you to know she's looking after. Did you lose a brother, Faye? Okay, is Ron yours? Because I would tell you that she's looking after Ron and someone by the name of Jim or Jimmy. Okay, but what it feels like is, I'm supposed to say that children are precious, that no matter what kind of trial and error they put us through, they're always deep in our hearts. So I'm just going to hand that out. And then, Christina, your Susan is dead too. All right, let's do it like this. Christina. Okay, Faye, if you don't know a Ron, would you know a Ken? And 2 children. So, Heather, earlier when I was talking to Liam, I'm just waiting for Susan to catch up to me. When I was talking to Liam and saying about nesting and everything, any chance you might be having another child or a grandchild? Since I don't know how old you are, but is there a possibility, or are you adopting an animal that could be like a child? Because I'm seeing 3. All right. Okay. Christina is dead, as Susan is dead as well. Is one of these ladies sort of blonde, like blonde highlights going, like my coloring? I'm not really blonde, I'm not dark, and I have a lot of white now. So, would one of these ladies who's Susan, and does anyone know a dead Ron or Ken? And they've got to be dead for me to address them. This sounds really bad, but it's just the way it's working. Oh, we had an Uncle Ron. So, Faye, is Uncle Ron dead? Because if he is, then Susan is with Ron. And I really don't care if he is dead or not, because Susan is with Ron. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so to Christina, Susan. I'm just trying. Okay, power is important. And how we weigh that power is even more important. We can be abusive to it, or we can rule like a king, like a lion on a mountain sort of idea. We can be gentle, kind, but when we need to, we can raise our vibration to address an issue that may need a little more power attached to it. So, something in your life, and that you can be successful in the process, is what she's saying. Okay, so I am going to put that out there to you. And Kathy, you said you knew Susan as well. So, and Christina, you know a Ken, and is he dead? Because if he's dead, that's great. If not, I need a dead guy. Sounds really bad. Oh my God. Okay, so, okay, I'm just going to do this. Ron said that if you put the shoe on the other foot, of course it's going to hurt. So, in other words, if you put a right shoe on a left foot, of course it's going to hurt. All right. So, if you've got a sore foot right now, I'm going to tell you to go get it checked, because maybe you have gout, maybe you have a bunion, maybe you stubbed your toe and broke it, and you just don't know it. Okay. And whoever this Ken is, boy, he's got a. Is this Ken? Yep, this is Ken, not Ron. Sorry, let me correct that. He's got a warped sense of humor. So I'm just putting it out there, and maybe one of you guys have to go get your foot checked. Foot, ankle, possibly knee. Okay, so okay. Well, Heather, we'll see. Uh, we'll just see where this takes you. Because you could also sponsor one of the children for, the UNICEF. Could be that. I don't know, but I'm seeing another child or animal around you. You already have enough by the looks of it, but I am seeing another child or animal. Okay, so Kathy, do I have a health problem that I feel like I know I do, but don't know what it is? You obviously, to me, have a health problem, and I think it has to do with what you're eating, and you should go get it checked. And it is connected to everything that's going wrong with you. So I would say stop looking for something, go to a doctor, get it checked, and once they tell you what's wrong or what's not wrong, then you can have peace of mind. All right. Christina, I think I dealt with Ken and Ron, so I'm good there. And Kathy, my sister-in-law, Marina, thinks she feels the presence of my husband in her house because he was a smoker and she smells smokes and no one smoked in her house. Absolutely. That is one way. Spirit will make themselves known by, well, my dad used to smoke. My grandma loved lavender perfume. My mom smelt like, oh, baby powder. That's what she smelled like. And my stepdad smoked. Plus, he smelled like whiskey, and so did my father-in-law. And so I will get the scent of the smoke. I'll get the scent of lavender, and sometimes I'll get this cold feeling all over me. So yes, it is feasible. Spirit can be in one place, or they can be in many places. They're not limited to just one person. Okay, Faye, well, if you've got a sore foot, please go get it checked. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but you know what? There's a reason they're giving the message, so I'm saying, hey, make sure you have it checked. Well, then, Kathy, I would say that your husband is around you. If people are smelling smoke and your husband smoked, there is no doubt whatsoever in my mind that he is around you, because that is how they let you know. I mean, I've had my computer speak to me from my brother who died, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm okay, and it was his voice. I mean, my daughter and I smelled something, rice cooking last night. Well, we weren't cooking rice in the house. My dad loved rice. It was like a staple in our house next to spaghetti. Um, so, yeah, it's hard, Heather, losing people. I mean, my dad's been gone. I think I figured out like something like 43 some years, and my mom's been gone 31 of those years too on top of it. And there isn't a day, and in my grandma, oh my god, my grandma, she's been gone, and there isn't a day I don't think about her or I don't think about them. And what I do to try to remember them is to celebrate them, to never let a day or a special occasion, their birthday. I know my dad liked Thanksgiving, and he loved Christmas. Just loved it. He loved all the pomp and circumstance, and he liked, um, oh, what's that show? It's Jimmy Stewart. He was going to jump off the bridge at Christmas time because things were going so bad. Why can I not remember the name of the story? Anyways, my dad loved Christmas. So I make sure I celebrate it. I celebrate his birthday. I don't let things slip. And I will buy a cupcake on my mom's birthday, and I'll light a cupcake, wish her happy birthday, blow it out, and eat it for her. So it is hard to lose people we love. And it's true. To lose someone is difficult. It's to live the life without them that is the hardest. Kathy, I'm going to say it again. Make the appointment with the doctor, get some blood work done, check to see what it is, allergy testing, whatever, what's going on, because it's something you're eating. And that, I would tell you, is probably coming from your husband. It's okay, Amanda. I'm pretty sure it's him that is saying that she needs to learn how to look after herself now that she's on her own. It's great, like as she puts, that he was her best friend and her protector and everything. But there comes a time that Kathy, you're really going to have to take those steps forward. And I think that's what's holding you in place. Thank you, Jeanette. It's a wonderful life. Okay, so move forward, make the appointment, get out of being mad. And it's easy for me to sit here and say this, Kathy, but to move forward and stop being mad at him for dying. Because that's where, and it feels where you are right now. Okay. And Jeanette, thank you. You're right. It's a Wonderful Life. My dad used to watch it, plus Miracle on 53rd, 23rd Street. 34th. Pardon me? 34th. On 34th Street. 35th. Okay, even my daughter doesn't know. But those were his two favorite shows. Okay. Can I ask, Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking, Kathy. Can I ask? I would know closure. Um, okay. Yes, it is. I every now and then I'll still watch it, but 34th Street, you were right after all. Okay. And then Mandy, yes, your dad did love your mom dearly. And she is, like I said, angry. And once she can get past the anger, which I have never been there, so I don't know. So it's going to take time. And your father, she's talking about her father, Gene. Okay, she's talking about her daddy. Okay, I'm sort of a little confused now. Okay, I'm sticking to whatever I said because that's what I heard, so that's what I said. So I am going to write a question in here, and if you guys could respond to it, I've already asked twice, but I'm going to ask again. Is three shows a week much for all of you? Okay. And if I don't get an answer this time, then guess what? You're getting 3 shows a week. I'm giving you guys a choice because I don't always want you to drop or, you know, your time's just as valuable as mine. And I probably could sit here and talk for an hour by myself, but I'd probably make it only half an hour if I'm by myself. But also, if there is anything you want me to talk about, really important, IM me, send me a email at my email address there. And I am more than willing to do whatever research is necessary to talk about the topic, especially if I don't know it. Okay. I was thinking and typing. Sorry, that was my fault. Mom never got closure with her father, Gene. She wasn't supposed to. So if she wasn't there when he passed, she wasn't supposed to be there. Funny. Sort of wondering if there was a little anger issue going on. If you could let me know. Hello, Elizabeth. 17-month-old toddler and a son. Since I had a non-viral pregnancy. Oh. Okay, Elizabeth. I'm sort of thinking it was your daughter that's following you. And that she wants you to know that she's okay, that she is around you, and that she's looking after you, and she's also looking after your son. I don't feel it's negative. I feel very positive, enlightened. And I never even thought of that. Okay. I feel, did you lose your mom or a grandma too, Elizabeth? If you could let me know, that works. And you know what? I just thought of something. You guys are right. We are all in isolation. Oh my God, my grandma's sitting on my lap. We're all in isolation. I didn't think of it as a great way that we all can be in touch and communicate. So now my task to you is for next Thursday's show, I want one topic I can talk about. I'll still do the cards and tell you what I'm hearing. Okay. But it's important that you also help me out a little. Okay, because I can get a little boring at times. I know that. I'm so glad you guys all want to come on 3 days a week. Yay! Okay, I'm done being silly. All right, so Elizabeth. Okay, you may not have had a relationship with your grandma, okay, but she is looking after you. She is trying to tell you that you are a good mom and you have to believe in yourself. And oh my God, Elizabeth, you are so covered with love. And I feel like I wished I had known you, is what I'm hearing from her. I feel like you missed out on an important part. And the fact that you're estranged from your mom makes it even difficult for your own son to actually have that connection. So even though you may not be connected to your mom, I think it's important that you um, tell him about his grandma, because I'm certain there are memories that you have that were good. So you could share those good memories, because I'll be honest, my dad wasn't the nicest person in the world, but I have kept his memory alive for my daughter because I remembered all the good things. The camping, the fact he taught me how to smoke. I love that. He used to give me the butt of his cigars, White Owl cigars in particular, when we were camping. And it was okay to smoke it, he said. And then when I did smoke, he had a bird. So it's sort of funny. They have different rules and regulations. But, you know, Elizabeth, know this. You're a good mom, and you should be proud of that. And the pregnancy that you weren't able to carry, that's okay too. All right? That the love from that child is still around you. And I think a little bit of that girl came forward in your son. So you're going to have a really special bond with your son. So I am going to say, love him with your heart. Okay. I sort of had the impression, Amanda, that there wasn't a love connection between, or a friendship connection between Kathy and her dad. Okay. I don't know necessarily. There are people coming in the world that are meant to be the seed donor. Okay. They're meant to be the egg donor. They're meant to have children, but they're not meant to be with them. All right. So her not having closure with her dad at the end, and I'm just going to scroll down here because I see your name. Okay. Okay, so he gave you up. He took your brother. Sister and you were raised with his mother. He died. I tried to find out he died until after my birthday. All 3 of us, after he was buried, I had no clue he was dying in the hospital near me. If I had known, I could have had closure. Did he ever care about us? Okay, Kathy, you're not going to like this answer. Because no, he didn't care about you. Because if he cared about you, one, he wouldn't have abused your brother and you and your sister, and he wouldn't have just left you. And you trying to find that closure isn't going to change the difference. If your dad had wanted you to know and to see you, he would have reached out. Your dad had such a selfish streak to him that, in a way, I'm sort of glad you didn't get to see him before he died, because I think he would have ruined your emotional stability, Kathy. And again, some of this could be connected to your health issue, to your headache, to your gut, to your ulcer. You need to let go of things, Kathy. And I know, once again, it's safe for me to sit here and say that, but you are holding on to a lot of resentment, to anger, to disappointment. And the more you hold on to that, Kathy, it's not healthy. So I am going to say that if you could do a meditation at least once a day for 5 minutes and move that energy away from you, see it burning, write it. Okay, I have a video on here on how to let go. Okay, I'm doing another one here shortly, but Kathy, in your particular case, I am going to say, get a stack of paper, and let me show you what I mean by a stack of paper. Okay, you want to get a stack of paper this thick and then some, and you're going to sit down and you're going to write your dad a letter, and you're going to tell your dad how you felt abandoned. And I know what it's like to be abandoned. Okay, and I want you to watch the video. It's part 1, techniques on how to let go, Kathy, and I want you to watch it, and I want you to sit down, and I want you to start writing and let go of that energy, because it's not doing you very much good. I have stories about my childhood, Elizabeth, that could curl toes, but even though I could hold on to the anger about my dad, about what he did to us, but my choice is to let it go, because what good is it going to do me? It's not changing my past, but it sure the heck changed my future. And technically, I should have been a statistic, but I'm not, because I chose to choose a different path. And that path was to let go of the resentment, the anger. And every now and then it does creep up and bite me in the backside. Okay. But I think it's better. I think it's a healthier way of life. And I think remembering the brilliant things they did for us. I mean, heck, if it hadn't been for my parents, I wouldn't be alive. Oh, Kathy. Oh, Kathy, you're so in denial. You are a little angry, honey. I can feel the anger from here. Anger, disappointment, sorrow. So I am going to ask you, please watch the video. It's right on the Facebook page. If you wait until this is done, you can watch it. So, okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Taking care of my grandma. She's in a nursing home. Oh, they're having a conversation. Okay, they're talking back and forth to each other. She may be in the early stages of dementia, but she does see him and she does talk to him. Does anyone recognize the name Gary? Gary Greg. Gary Greg. I don't think it's George. Doesn't sound like George. It has more an A sound to it. But Jeanette, yes, your grandpa is looking after your grandma. But I also have a question. Is William or Bill connected? William, Bill, or James connected, Jeanette, to your family? Okay, I'm going to think you mean Gary. Jeanette, is he alive? That would help if I could know, because if he is alive, I am... Great. Okay, so is your uncle and your dad alive? Could you do yes or no there? To either one, put uncle yes, no, dad yes, no, because that will help me a little bit. Okay, but I have no idea. Oh, Kathy, yes, I do. I know exactly the battles you fight every day. Okay, Gary is your uncle. He's alive. He needs to go for a heart check. ASAP. No pissing around. I'd like him to go tomorrow if he could. Okay. And, William James is Shar as well. Guess what, Shar? He is so happy. Okay. And to Jeanette, again, your dad, he's a precious man. And sometimes he never really looks for the kudos. So I am going to say maybe it's time to give him a kudo award. Okay. And okay, so Heather, with regards to upcoming move, my ex not very nice. If you have always fighting moving my sons to new schools, it's been quite a legal battle. Can you tell me if you think? Oh, that's going to take a little while, Heather, to resolve that. You're happy he's not. And when someone's not happy, they like to make other people's lives miserable. So what I'm going to suggest is you see him in a bubble of love. Try to be nice, okay, which is always a little hard when someone's pulling our strings, but try to be nice, okay? And keep in mind that at the end of the day, it's the boys that count. All right. And Shar, your dad is sending you kisses, okay? Just so you know. And he's giving me goosebumps. And he just pinched my arm. Okay. Okay, Nicole, narrow it down with a name. It just will help me a little bit. Kathy, right now, the biggest spirit guide you have is your husband. And your husband. He is your biggest spirit guide because he is your biggest love. Okay, Amanda, any messages for me tonight? Okay, here you go. Life is like a puddle. When we drop a stone in it, we never know quite what the wave is going to be created and how it's going to expand into our life. Oh, is Lorraine a mom, Nicole? Because when you said Lorraine, I felt very motherly, very active, very much in a country setting with a red door and flowers. And the other thing I feel is very loved. Kathy, I think your husband's been talking to you all night. Okay. I think that's the best I can do for messages is that your husband's been talking to you all night long. All right. Well, oh, wait. Does anyone know a Barbara? And I'd really like her dad. Okay. Oh my God, this is the dead night. Okay, so before I forget, because I'm not sure when Halloween is, but oh, you're all in luck. It's on a Saturday. So I was going to say if Halloween's on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I don't do Halloween because it messes up my vibration with all the dead people. So, okay, well, she's here too, Nicole. And so if your mom has passed and Barbara has passed. Okay, is Lorraine your mom or no? Lorraine's your grandma. Okay, but Barbara's then connected to your grandma somehow. Okay, because the two names are going together in my head. So maybe it was a friend of hers, but I feel like I said loved, country setting, red door, and flowers. Well, tomorrow is the end of the work week. Yay. And I really hope you all have a great weekend, that you have a fantastic Sandra. Okay. So Faye, if you see Sandra, what's her question? Because I can't see her. I don't know why she's not showing up. So could you ask her what her question is? Maybe you can type it to me before we end the session. Okay, Elizabeth Rose. Do you know anything about reoccurring nightmares? I keep dreaming I'm trapped in my ex-boyfriend's house. Do you know why his energy is haunting me? Okay. Elizabeth, I'm going to have to think about that for a minute. I do normally know reoccurring nightmares are telling us something, but they can also be releasing fear, all right? And it can also be a message. So if you don't mind IMing me that question, I'm not going to look at it tonight, but I will have a look at it over the weekend, and I will come on to Facebook and I will try my best to answer it. Okay. Well, Nicole, I'll stand what I said about your grandma, and I see a little creek going through the property that she's on. Barbara definitely feels like she's connected now. Barbara could be a middle name to someone she knows. Okay, Heather, yes, I'm certain you do have some spirit guides, but I just not picking one up now. Okay, so, okay, Faye, did Sandra by any chance text you the question? I don't understand why I can't see her. We were hoping the issue would be corrected when she tried again. So what I'm going to say is thank you all for coming on tonight. I've had a wonderful evening, and you all have been great. And I'm going to pick a card. Oh, look at that. We started the show with this card for Faye. Okay, the 8 of coins. I've been shuffling the cards the entire time. Be creative. Use the creative energy for people. And be open to the energy that flows into you in a loving, compassionate way. And make this weekend, like I said yesterday, one to really remember, because we have definitely all come a long way being in COVID, being isolated from people we love and care for. And I think it's really important to reach out, even if they can't sit personally in front of you. I'm going to say throw on Zoom, throw on Google Duo, throw on Facebook, and allow people to share Thanksgiving with you, even if they are at a distance. Once again, thank you, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, well, evening as well. And that joy, love, and happiness find you all in mysterious ways. We will see you Tuesday, Sean and I, and I look forward to it. And like I said, for next Thursday, if anyone has an idea that they'd like to hear something, a little topic about, please IM me or email me. Okay, blessed be everyone.